Yo, what up, what up, what up? All right, so check it out. We got these two cans here, the Montana 94s, and we have the Belton Molotov, right? So I'm gonna give my opinion and my honest review on these two cans. Growing up as a kid, only cans that we had access to back then, or the ones that were only available to us, was I believe was Krylons, and it was the Rust-Oleums, which, back in the day, growing up painting, those were, for us, we thought it was like nice paint, because it was better than anything else was out there. Either that or like cheap 99-cent paint store. I don't know, just there wasn't really much when we were young growing up. So the Krylons, they weren't good. When you look back at it, they weren't really good. They were watery. Sometimes you had to do your outlines and you had to do them over and over again. So it wasn't really good paint. And then the Rust-Oleums, they were good because you would cover great, and the paint was it was pretty thick, and it wasn't watered down like the Krylons. So, but the only thing that sucks is you didn't have too much control from that paint. So those are the cans that we had back then growing up, just working with those. But anyways, let's get back to these. So I'm gonna be doing a review on both of these, which is the 94 Montanas and then these Beltons. This is my opinion, and everybody who's used these before, their opinion might be different than mine. But let's get into it. So these right here, the Montana 94's low pressure spray paint. As you can see right here, and then I got the matte colors. They come with the stock tip. I think it's kind of pretty thin tip. It's not too big. You could use it for outlines and stuff like that. But yeah, these work pretty good. I like these because the pressure, it's low pressure, and it's easy to do details with these right here. You can do like cracks. You can do a bunch of different details with these. You can do shines in your letters. You can do final outlines. Like, it's really nice paint, and it comes out good. Also, the other good thing that is, like, the color cap here, it matches what's inside the paint that's inside the can. Sometimes you run into cans, like off-brand cans, and the color, it doesn't match what's inside the can, but this one does. Montana 94's, the paint does match the paint that's in here. This color matches, so that's really good. So there's good things I have to say about this can, and then there's probably a couple things that I don't like about it. So the good thing is low pressure. You have a little more control of how much output paint you can push out with this one. And you can use a bunch of different good tips on there, so you have a little more variety of how thick and thin lines you want, on your projects. So with that said, you can put a lot of different tips on here. That's really good. And then the pressures also as well is really good, so I really like that. And it dries pretty quick too. It doesn't like stay wet for long. It dries pretty fast, so it's you can work with it good. You don't have to worry about waiting for hours to dry, or an hour or two or whatever. So you can work with it fast. And then the other thing that I like about it is that there's a lot of paint in here. A lot. So there's some things now. We're gonna talk about a couple things that I don't like about this paint. The only thing that I don't like about these paint is this particular Montana 94 is that when you get to the very bottom of the paint, like of the can, where there's like really not much left, you're at the bottom, what happens is you start losing pressure. So when you start pushing your can and you're trying to do outlines and you're trying to do final little details, like that's a bad thing. It's kind of hard to do an outline, or do something really like a line detailed, distinct in your piece or anything, because then you will have like a thick line and then really thin and then nothing. The paint would just disappear, So the pressure goes down a lot when it's at the bottom of the can. So that kind of sucks when you don't got too much paint left in it. The pressure goes, it's not good, But the good thing also about that is that you can do like almost like if you want to do cracks in your pieces, or like lightnings and like little stuff, you can flip your can upside down and you can still use it, you know, to get some fine details and stuff like that. So it's good because it has less pressure, so you get to do a little bit of like details, you know. You can't get too wild with it and try to do an outline with it, or, you know, final outline with it, or do details in your letters, you know. So that's the only things that I don't like about this can. But other than that, Montana94s, you know, it works really good. I'm glad that I bought these cans and that I use these right here, you know. So that's my review on the Montana94, right? Now versus the Belton Molotov. Now the Belton Molotov, you know, it's also a very good can. You know, a lot of people talk a lot of good stuff from this can, so I'm like, okay, let's check it out. So I went and got the Belton Molotov, and I did a piece with this paint as well. You know, also one more thing I forgot to mention. I believe this can is from Spain. The Montana94 is from Spain, I believe. And then these here are Germans. It's made in Germany. So the Belton Molotov is made in Germany. So yeah. All right. So now my opinion and my review on the Belton Molotov. This works really good. I love how this paint works. I really don't have too much bad things to say about this. You know, only downside of the Montana94 was like one or two things, but other than that, it was great. But now Belton Molotov, this works really great. This one's also a 400 millimeter can, and then so let's get into it. All right, so this is the tar black. You have to hit the cap down. You break the cap, and then you just pops right open. So, see. So this comes with a decent tip too. It's pretty nice. I like it. All right. So now this can right here, I also did a piece, and I like the way this paint comes out. This one I like it because also the color cap matches what's inside the paint in here. You know, so it's really good. Another thing, this one has it's also you can use for low pressure. It's a low pressure spray paint. You can use it for details on your canvases, just like the Montana94. You can use it for you know, a number of things, you know. And I like it because you can also do good details inside within the letters. You can do cracks, you can do lightnings, like you can do a whole bunch of, like, a lot of good stuff with this paint. I like the way it covers. It covers really good. And then I like how this can too, you can also use a variety of tips with this one. You know, you can use German, you can use Montana caps on this one, you know, on the Molotov, and it works really good. I like how this one, the paint comes out. It doesn't take long to dry. It works really well. The pressure works really well. You can, like I said, you can do really good details with this can. And then, you know, the color matches the cap, of course. You know, like I said before, there is some that don't match, but this one matches great. And then, you know, this one has a lot of paint as well. You could do a lot of good stuff with it. Now, I like this one because there's not a lot of overspray. You can do your line and you won't have too much overspray. It's really good. How you hold, and it all depends. If you just hold your can just like whatever, you're gonna have a lot of overspray. So, you know, that's the thing, you know, you gotta have that can control. But this one I like it because this is no dust, anti-season, anti-drip, and it covers a lot, you know, and it's good. You know, it has a lot of paint in one can. And then I like the way the colors came out on this one with this piece that I did. I'll try to link the pieces up here somewhere. I'll try to put both the pieces, and you guys can, you know, determine which paint you guys want to buy if you guys don't know what you want to use yet. But this is more the high-end paint, you know, versus like Rust-Oleum and Krylons and stuff like that. But yeah, this can Belton Molotov is really great. Man, I didn't think it was gonna be that good at first until I started working on my project, and I like the way it feels great in your hand. You know, I like it. And then when you're getting towards the bottom of it, you know, it's really good. This is another thing that I like. When you're getting towards the very bottom of it, you don't lose pressure. You still have a lot of paint, you know. So you can still do detailed lines, you can do outlines, you can do final outlines, you can do the detailed letters in your pieces. So this is really good. That's what I like about this can, you know. So this one I also like it because the paint comes out smooth. You know, it's really smooth. The valves is really smooth, and I like this one too because you can control the pressure. So if you push down on your cap, for example, you have your cap and you push down harder, you know, really hard, the more paint's gonna come out, you know. But if you barely push down on it, you're gonna control your pressure, less paint comes out, you know. And that goes to the 94, but 94 is mainly meant for like you know, low pressure, which is good, you know, really good. That's why I love this paint too. But this one here, the Molotov, the Belton, you can push it and then slightly push it, and you can do really good details, small details, highlights, whatever you want to do with it, and you can control your pressure, you know. So that's what I really like about this can, that this can is very versatile. You can I like the way you can control your pressure and how much paint comes out at all times. So this is very, very nice. I like the build of this can right here. So that's pretty much what I have to say on this can. You know, I love the pressure, I love the colors that they have. They have a variety of a variety of colors for this paint. The spray, the color, it comes out smooth. You know, when you paint on a wall, the same color you have in the cap is the same color you have in the can, so it's not gonna, you know, be lighter or darker shade. It's usually the same exact color. Now versus this one, that's one thing I forgot to mention. This can, it is just a little bit lighter, you know, but it's exactly the same, just a little bit. It's not a huge difference, but you can tell just a little bit lighter on the Montana 94s, but it's not, you know, something that's gonna mess anything up. But I mean, for the most part, like, it's just like, you can barely notice it. If you don't pay no attention to it, then you can barely notice it. The changes, the color is just a little lighter. It's like, you know, not even that crazy lighter where you'd be like, oh man, that's not the color I wanted, you know. No, it looks just like it, a little bit lighter, you know. So it still works really good though. So in my opinion, you got these two cans right here. These are the top of the line out there. I know there's other cans out there, like you got Loop, you got you know, you got a whole bunch of different you got like an M360, those are spray cans from Mexico and stuff like that. You know, you got Level 9, those are also spray cans from Mexico. So you have a lot of paint coming out that looks really nice and smooth that I haven't tried out yet. So hopefully I get to try some of those cans that I just mentioned earlier. But yeah, you know, this is my honest review and my opinion on these cans. If you guys, like I said, if you guys want to see more action on these and how they come out, go ahead and check out the link. I'm gonna try to leave some videos in the link of the two pieces that I use painting these cans right here. And you guys can check those two out, and then you guys, like I said, you guys can you know, see which paint you guys like or which you guys might want to go for, either Montana 94 or either the Belton Molotov. So, you know, this is from Spain and then this is from Germany, you know. So you guys can go check that out. But yeah, that's my review. You know, I might have missed something, not touched on one of these, but it's all right. It's just a quick, honest opinion. I really like both of these. You know, so I'll be using both of these brands again, you know, for sure. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.